Welcome to My Good Life. My name is Uzma. Recently, I applied for a new few job positions and I didn't get them. And I noticed something about how I felt almost immediately. There was that first wave, sad, then a little angry, and then demotivated. It wasn't dramatic, but it was sharp. And that moment made me pause, because it wasn't just about the job. It was about how quickly a small disappointment can just shape your mood and your thoughts. And when I thought about it more deeply, I realized this doesn't only happen with job rejections, it happens in everyday life too. You go shopping and don't find what you need. You plan your day carefully, but only complete half of it. You work hard, but don't make as much money as you hoped. On the surface, these are small things, but emotionally, they can be heavy. And that's where something important begins. And that's what I want to talk about today. So let's dive in. There's a very early moment, almost subtle, when a disappointment turns into something bigger. Not getting a job, or not completing something that you wished, that you feel low, then uncertain, then your mind starts adding meaning to it. For example, maybe I'm not good enough if I didn't get that job, or maybe I'm always behind if I didn't complete a task, or this is just who I am. And if we don't notice that early shift, it can spiral. That's why I talk so much on this channel about noticing those first moments, because resilience starts there. So let me go back to that job rejection example. After I felt that initial wave, I realized the story in my mind was starting to grow. So instead of pushing the feeling away or believing it, I paused and asked, what actually happened? The answer was simple. I applied. I wasn't selected. That's it. Not I'm incapable, not I'll never move forward, just this one didn't work out. And maybe that time, that space wasn't right for me. That small shift changed everything. When you feel defeated, ask yourself, what are the facts? What story am I adding? This stops disappointment from turning into identity. It keeps the feeling contained. And this doesn't just apply to big things like jobs. It applies to ordinary days as well. Let me give you an example to that as well. You start the day with intention. You want to be productive, but by evening, half of your list is unfinished. You've got lots to do. So the first feeling, frustration, and then the thought comes in, I've wasted the day, and it spirals into, oh my gosh, I'm so disorganized. And again, that early moment appears. So instead of juggling the whole day, do one small physical reset. And here it is. Clear one surface, or go for a 10-minute walk, or send one email, or even fold a load of laundry. Not to fix everything, but to interrupt the spiral. Small actions tells your brain, I'm still capable, and that restores stability. And this is really what I mean by building resilience. You're not trying to avoid failure. You're training yourself to recognize this is the moment defeat is beginning, and gently stepping in before it grows. Not harshly, not critically, but calmly. Over time, that builds quiet mental strength. Failure in jobs, money, daily plans, it's part of life. But feeling defeated doesn't have to become who you are. Notice that first moment. Separate the fact from the story and take one small action. That's mental fitness. If this resonated, please do subscribe to My Good Life, like and share, and tell me, what small disappointment have you handled differently recently? Okay, that's it for now. Goodbye. See you next time.